Good Sunday evening to you. Beautiful day out today. Sun is starting to set. Water, water, water. Welcome to the Bearded Welshman channel. Warning, this video may not just be about pipes and tobacco. Most of my videos are just about life anyway. So, I got in this discussion about the CDC's finding last week or the week before that of all the deaths that were called COVID-19 deaths, actuality is, the CDC says that only 6% were strictly from COVID-19. The other 94% were from comorbidities, such as lung issues, obesity, diabetes, leukemia, cancer. There comes a time when we have to take responsibility for our choices in life. You know? About 2 years ago, I was close to 300 pounds. The doctor told me, you are on the trip. If you don't get in control of your health, diabetes and or heart attack or stroke, which all three could lead to death. You need to get control of your health. It's not McDonald's fault. It's not Arby's fault. It's not the pizza shop's fault. It's my fault. So I set out on a quest. I took the responsibility. I took ownership of my health problems and decided to do something about it. Sorry about the neighbor dogs. I don't know, they've been barking for half an hour. Little squirrel looking things. And that's the problem with life today. People don't want to take ownership of the choices they make. Do I want anybody to die? No. We had this saying in emergency medical services. Rule number 1, people die. Rule number 2, there's nothing you can do about rule number 1. We've seen it over and over and over and over again. People who abuse drugs die young, have strokes, have heart attacks. Steroid use, we saw it in the sports world. Look at all these young guys, these guys in their 30s and 40s that are dying heart attacks. I had a friend who died at 27 that he was taking steroids to pump up in high school. At 27 years old, he was dead. He had a heart attack. He had comorbid factors. Wasn't anybody's fault but his own. And I hate to say that, but that's fact. It's reality. If I get diabetes, you know, I had sleep apnea. I had all these things going wrong. Today, I am on an anti-inflammatory for my arthritis, for my neck. Blood pressure is going to be cut off in 6 months. My doctor's cutting me off the blood pressure meds. Why? Because I lost almost 70 pounds through hard work, discipline. Responsibility and discipline go together. Disciplining myself to eat right. Most of my weight loss come from eating right. Eating good foods. Picking the right things to eat. And then I got up and I moved. I didn't go to the gym for an hour a day. I got up and I made myself active. We're on this earth for but a short time. And we're to be good stewards of our bodies and our health and of ourselves while we're on this earth. So this might piss somebody off here. But if you have comorbid factors, let me move this, I think I'm hitting it. The rest of the country shouldn't be shut down. If only 6% was strictly COVID-19, the others are due to the comorbidities, you should wear a mask. You should not be going in places where there's high volumes of people if you have comorbid factors. Those of us that are healthy can keep going and should keep going. It shouldn't be one bad apple spoils a whole bunch. You know what they used to do way about a couple thousand years ago? If somebody was diagnosed with leprosy, or they thought they had leprosy, they quarantined them. They sent them to a camp outside of the city, or they put them on an island. And then people went and took care of them. They didn't shut down society. That's the problem with our society today. Our society, nobody wants to own up to their responsibilities. Nobody wants to hold themselves accountable for the choices that they make. They want to blame it on everybody else. And then they want to politicize it. Both sides. I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat. Both sides politicize it. Is COVID real? Yep. Is the flu real? Yep. Does the sun shine? Yep. If you know, my dad had COPD, emphysema. And every year, he would get a shot for the flu, and every 2 years for pneumonia. Because pneumonia could kill him, because he had emphysema. Because he smoked. It was his fault that he had emphysema. Not the cigarette manufacturers. He chose to. I smoke a pipe. I could get cancer. Guess what? I accept that responsibility. I chewed snuff, dip, in my lip for years, almost 30 years. Guess what? I could still get cancer from that. It could be cancer. Guess what? It's not their fault. It's my fault. I chose to do it. We have this attitude. The devil made me do it. That's the attitude of people. The devil made me do it. Somebody else, he made me so mad I had to hit him. He made me so mad I had to write something bad and nasty and lie and maliciously say something bad about this. Good grief. Give me a break, people. Take some responsibility. blaming anybody for my neck. I'm a hard-working man. I'm a blue-collar man. I'm not going to sue anybody. Well, nobody's fault but mine. I chose to do the work I did. Don't do anymore. I chose. I knew the risks. I knew the risks as an EMT. I could have gotten HIV, hepatitis, which scared me more than HIV, tuberculosis, MRSA. I knew the risks. I wouldn't have blamed it on anybody else. I chose to go there. I chose to do that. I'm just tired of when you try to justify something when only 6% of all the deaths in the United States are solely COVID-19 related. You can't argue to shut the... There's no arguing that. Everybody keeps saying, "Go with the science, gotta follow the science." The science came through and said, look, we made a mistake. Only 6%. The rest had comorbidity factors. And I'm going to say something that might get this video pulled from YouTube. If you're lazy and you're fat like I was and you do nothing about it, you put yourself at risk. If you drink alcohol and drink alcohol and drink alcohol and drink alcohol and you keep drinking more alcohol and then you get cirrhosis of the liver, your fault, not mine, not the alcohol industry, not the bourbon companies, not the beer company. Your fault. The problem with American society is we want to sue somebody and blame somebody else. Then we wonder why the insurance rates are so high. Then we wonder why people are afraid to do anything. Then we wonder why people are afraid to be neighborly. Because they don't want to get sued. If you're doing something wrong and it's not good for you, don't do it. I've made a lot of bad choices in my life, some of which I'm still suffering the consequences for. Guess what? I don't blame anybody else. I blame myself. You know why? I made the choice. It's my responsibility. That just gets my goat, you know. Teach my kids. I try to teach my kids, I should say. Now that they're all adults. Think it through. Understand this. The decision you make comes with consequences. They can be good consequences. They could be bad consequences. But the bottom dollar is this. You made the choice. You accept the responsibility. Nobody makes you do anything. So, if you want to wear a mask because you have comorbidity factors, go right ahead. I saw a guy running today, with a mask on. And I think he thought he was running, but he really wasn't. And he was sweating profusely. And I wanted to know what his oxygen levels were. I would have loved to have seen what his O2 levels were. When your oxygen levels go down, you get really lethargic. You can't think right. Your cognitive, your cognitive thinking and abilities diminish as a result of lack of oxygen. Scientific facts proven. If you have comorbidity factors, please wear a mask. Do what's right. If you're trying to get healthy, God bless you. I'm with you. But if you're not, that's your choice. My mom and dad were heavy and overweight, so I'm going to be heavy and overweight. It's in my genes. You have the ability to change that. Our healthcare is incredible. There's so many things you could do to change that cycle. I'm living proof. My father was an alcoholic. I have 2 brothers. None of us are alcoholics. Wait a minute. We don't fit the statistics. One of us should be an alcoholic. None of us are. If you have the ability, it's your life. We just need to take responsibility in everything we do. I take responsibility for this video. I am very cautious about wording things because I don't want to say something that is going to be hurtful. But truth offends. Sometimes truth hurts. But truth sets you free. I've been on the receiving end of hearing truth, and it hurt, and it was hard to listen to. But I'm a free man. I love my family. I love my friends. I love my country. Most of all, I love my God. We've turned into a country that's complacent. I think one of the best inventions was a microwave oven. And then I think it was one of the worst. Because it took away the discipline or the reason that we should cook and have family dinners. No, we want it quickly done. You know the best thing about this whole lockdown? I see families doing things together. Thank God. Thank God. I see more people getting out and riding their bikes. I see people scared about their health and they're doing something about it. Thank God. I see people who appreciate life more and appreciate their families more. It's just me and my wife in this house, and we sit down and we eat dinner together and we talk. When we sit on the front porch, sometimes we don't have our phones out and we just talk. When I was a kid growing up, we sat at the dinner table as a family and we talked, and then we played games. We spent time together. We built a relationship with each other, and that's sadly lacking with people, and I'm talking in the United States of America. That's what I see. Nobody wants to build relationships anymore. It's you see it my way or I'll shout you down. That's the attitude. Nobody wants to sit down and talk it out. Years ago, I could sit down with friends and we could completely disagree on something. And we'd still walk away giving each other a hug saying, I love you, man. I love you too. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, man. I'll see you tomorrow. Now, seeing friendship torn apart, and it's getting old. It's still a great country we live in. Still a great opportunity to make a change in your life. I did. I'm not trying to be no guru. I'm just trying to help you out. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of depression's up. Drug overdoses are up because people are just tired of this whole thing. It's depressing. Very depressing. Fortunately, I was home every day for 6 months. So it really didn't affect me like it affects other people. And I had to get used to it. 3 months into it, I was getting pretty depressed, not being able to work. It bothered me. I had to get used to it. And I found that if I put myself on a schedule, I go serve others, it's not so depressing. Even people that don't agree with me. Just come sit on my porch, man. Let's have a glass of lemonade or iced tea or drink a beer together and let's talk. Just spend time together. But we got to politicize everything, and I'm tired of that. We just can't have a friendship. It's got to be about political this, political. Oh, you Trump fan? Oh, you Biden fan? I get two craps about that. It ain't about the man. It's about the country. It's about the people. Good, hard-working people. Well, said all about I've had to say about that. So, if I pissed you off, I pissed you off. Just sick and tired of everybody blaming everybody else, or everybody blaming something else for their own problems. No. Don't play the victim. Overcome. Don't be the victim. Overcome. It's the best advice I could give you. It's what was given to me years ago. I was going through a bad divorce, tore me up. I was crushed. And that was what I was told. You can choose to be a victim the rest of your life, or you can choose to overcome circumstances in your life and make your life better. And I chose to make my life better. And I'm living a good life. Even though I've got a messed up neck and I can't work, I'm living a good life. I'm a happy man. Got a good marriage. I've got good friends. And I'm a happy guy. Anyhow, we're going to call quits. God bless you all. Please understand my heart when I share that stuff with you. Understand. It's not trying to be mean. I want to help you. Stop. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just saying people in general that get mad about this. And if you're getting mad about this, you better think about it. Because maybe you need to do something about it. It's hard when you get things pointed out to yourself. Take a good look in the mirror at yourself. Decide. All right, folks. Have a good evening. God bless you. God loves you. I love you. See you on the next one. Light 'em up.